What shit. Hold on, I can't even see chat right now. Chat. Where is the fucking thing? No. There it is. Let's see if that does it. Chat. Luke, hello. What doing? Taking over YouTube, dog. Is that it, chat? Is that all you got for me? Missed the fumble? Gummy, not yo daddy? Do you even sleep, step bro? I'm reconfiguring like everything right now. Where's my headset? I turned off porn for this. Best decision of my life. Goddamn right. How we doing? How we doing, boys and grill? I missed you fuckers. As I always do. Shit. Just having a few drinks before I drive the kids to school. Not life advice, by the way. Mr. L, my man. The world is imploding? It always is. Yo, Drew, how you doing, man? Miss you back, fucker. How's everybody doing? Astro, I'm just leaving for work to earn some more AMC money. Senior Love was... Oh, Senior Live. Like, what? I told you I'd be back. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes that I think everyone is going to love. And I've just needed time on my own for a little bit. And I'm ready to get back at it. Professor Astro! Wait. Okay, let me, hold on. It's okay, chat. I'm still here. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fucking okay. I'm not sure where to put this. Can everyone see the like button, or is it missing? Please check. Yeah, fuckers. How many likes are we at? How many likes are we at? What the fuck? Oh, shit. There we go. Everyone needs to sell today. This is about to get wiped out. suck my dick and go the fuck away. That's technically financial advice. You could have a lot of people suing you. Like button halted due to volatile movement. My man. My man. Alright, let's get some tunes up in this bitch. Is the music volume good? Ooh, rocking a 1440 display. Aight. We're bougie now, dude. Is there crack in that thing you're smoking? Always. Good? Perfect. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna drink some Red Bull, the nectar of God, from our cunt mug. Fuck yeah. Oh shit. Credit Suisse is fucked, always has been. Credit Suisse is a fucking joke. Rip the vape, Astro? I'll do 3. I'm gonna die. I felt pretty good, actually. Alright, I'll see you guys on the other side. Morning, Furknurkle. My man. Heisenberg activated. Okay, chat. So I've got a bunch of ideas. I wanted to clear it with you fuckers first. I was thinking... Fuck. Oh, yeah. Lungs shorted. So either every Friday or, I don't know, maybe just every day, I want to have, like, confessions. I want to have viewer confessions of their terrible trades. And it would be with Reverend Rippy. Astro, did you score some of that Great Depression pussy for Betty White? Always. Taxi cab confessions. Hold on, wait. Astro confessions, Mills have entered the chat. That's a long list to get from my accountant. I wonder if Dana's awake. Okay, I clipped that. You almost died on vaping. Watch Discord. Which chat did you put it in? Oh, Goose is fucking killing it. Goose has been redoing the Discord again, and I fucking dig it. I fucking dig it. This is fire. Discord, I'll be jumping in a bit. It's good to see you fuckers. In here. Have you seen Lou's video about Citadel not going to the DTCC? Do you have any thought? Okay, so this is the thing. We've been talking about X clearing a lot, and that's it. That's what X clearing is. Poison, that's cool. Are you in the metal at all? Yeah. So that's what's known as X clearing. That's when prime brokers, known as the banks, will settle their own trades externally of the DTC/CC. Not to be confused with the guitarist of Poison, but yeah, that's what external clearing is, and that's where shit bombs can be rigged. Yeah, that's X clearing. This is the other objective I have with my resurrection here. I want to commit everybody to learning, and I want to make these issues very solvable very fast. I'm working with someone to get a website put together, and I'm going to be doing a series on YouTube that clarifies a lot of these mistakes, these questions that keep having to be asked because no one is doing the best job possible to answer them simply and concisely. Which I'm not blaming anybody, but like Trey and I were talking about this, me and some other friends involved in this have been talking about this. When people still have to ask things like, can someone cover in a dark pool? That shouldn't have to be a question that's still asked. And here's why. The answer is yes, first off. But the reason why that shouldn't have to be asked is because no one's teaching the logic of it. No one is teaching the reason why. It's just like in today's education systems. It's like, we're going to tell you all about the Pythagorean's theorem, right? But we'll never tell you why that works the way it does. We might technically tell you, but we won't tell you how to work that into other things and how it's applicable and where you can use it. So the thing with dark pools is, yes, you can cover in them because you can cover on an exchange, right? Yeah. So what's a dark pool? It's just a dark liquidity avenue. It's an exchange. It's just an exchange between banks. It's an exchange between the upstairs market. So that's on the list. Like, when I sink my teeth back into this fucking thing, my friends, like for real, you know, back in like July and August, back when I was in like the deepest of knee-deep shit, this is when I would be live. And it feels really good to be live like this again. But like, I'm re-engaging with that side of me. That ferocity and that hunger to just give this thing my all. And I don't want to see people have to ask questions like these again. In the nicest way possible, right? Like I'm not trying to be a informational elitist over here. But that's what we're fucking doing. Where's my yes, the naps on stream day is the best. Shaw, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. And the kilted trader. I gave up on constantly trying to educate and correct misinformation. My plan is to stick with gaming. Yeah, I mean, that's where I've pretty much been at ever since I took my little hiatus. Like, I can't say too much about some of the people I've been chatting with. Oh, is the mic good? Is the microphone okay? Like, sound-wise? But like, be your authentic self, dude. Glad to see you. Crackathon. Thank you, man. Yo, Doctor, what up, man? And like, Kilted has been one of the best examples of this. Like, he's been like, us grifting super chatter tubers have gotten so much flack for all these things. And then you have what is like the antithesis of whatever people claim for people like me and Trey to be, who I would consider to be Kilted, who is really low-key, straight and to the point. He doesn't offer any sensationalism or hype even to what he does. He's just cutthroat, straight to the point, and he won't tell you otherwise. And then, you know what happens to people like him? They're ignored. And every time I can, I give as much attention. I try to forward as much attention to Kilted as I can. And it's like, well, how do you win? How do you want it this way and you want it that way. And then here are tons of, not even tons, here's a person who offers what the antithesis is of the thing you hate. And yet you still will just ignore that and just continue to criticize. This whole entire thing has become like the Red Scare. It's become like the Crusades, right? Kilted who? The Kilted Trader. He's in the chat. It's become like the Red Scare in the Crusades. Like, it's happening to Fintel now too. And let me just sign my death warrant now. Let me grab my pen. So like with Fintel, people found out that the creators of it were managers of a fund, and they became labeled as a conflict of interest, yet the data they have is very eccentric. There's not many people who provide their service, at least to retail. But it's become now this thing where, because of this affiliation with the scary world, that everything informationally and objectively is crucified. That, oh, well, we found out that they said something that we didn't like, and then all the data that we've been using so far and that they've provided is now null and void because of this arbitrarily picked affiliation. Like, are we going to look at the rest of ourselves and point the finger saying, oh, well, we'll use Bank of America, and you put your money in Chase, and you put your money in this? Like, you want to know why Citadel is such a fucking presence and this gargantuan entity? It's because they put their hand in everything. It happened to T0. It happened to Mark Cahotes. Mark is a great man. He's outspoken as fuck, and he's brazen as fuck, and he will be fucking ruthless. But goddamn, will I go to the fucking grave holding his name in the light. Because yes, he's a little off color. He says things that people don't like sometimes, but he says the goddamn truth. And you don't have to like him. You don't have to care for him, but at least acknowledge who he is and what he does. Yes, he's a short seller. Do you understand short selling is a part of the market? It's a good thing when not fucked with, when you don't naked short sell. But here's the problem, is people can take labels of particular things, put them in this neat little package, and then slap more labels, and define this absolute evil to them because they've cherry-picked certain attributes of this thing. And it's so unfucking fair. I mean, that's what cancel culture is based off of. It's what ignorance is based off of. That's what everything that ever tries to destroy anything is built off of, is this cherry-picked set of results with excess labels of ignorance. And you fuck everything. So here's why Citadel and T0 and Mark Cahotes and Charlie's Vids and me and the Kilted Trader and Fintel and Ortex and fucking shove it, man. Like, just because there's one erroneous part or one cherry-picked conflict of interest or a handful of them is so destructive is because you find a link of a link of a link of a giant link of a giant link of a giant link of what then becomes, after enough iterations, this benign, frivolous connection that only has merit because of all these indirect connections, where you find affiliation and then you chastise for this excuse of affiliation. Like, T0 was dismantled because Citadel has holdings with the exchange box. And T0 is an ATS, an alternative trading system. It's an abstract layer between definitive, absolute versions of an equity, where you then have trades take place on top of that with 0-day settlement, right? Which is what the entire market needs. 0-day settlement. Oh boy, oh fucking boy, do I have some words to speak on that. 0-day settlement would fix all of this shit. 0-day settlement would be the silver bullet to the vampire of this just virulent, disgusting amount of corruption going on in 0-day settlement. And yet, T0 became the victim of this bullshit operation of package, mislabel, ship. And then you let sensationalism and all of the hysteria take over. So I gotta turn the music off for this. So this is what happened with T0. I already see it now. Fuck T0. Just hear me out, please, okay? Just hear me out. Let's drop the pitchforks and the torches. Let's just chill, and just hear me out. T0 was dismantled because someone found a connection between the exchange that T0 uses, which is Box, right? Having what was it, like a quarter or 25% holding by Citadel, right? So here's what happens, okay? Citadel is a market maker. Their jobs are to facilitate trading and create liquidity between markets, and they get little pennies in between all of this. The more volume they push, the more liquidity they push, the more they're rewarded, right? So when you have technologies like exchanges such as Box, right, or any of these others, ARCA, the NYSE, the NASDAQ, you have all these different exchanges where trades take place. How does it not make sense for someone who does business with this vessel to not invest in it? It's like getting a new computer or paying money to make sure that you have a good car. That's what that is. And then because Box was the every exchange is going to have one of these players as an investor. That's how that works. That is how that works. So then when you only have a handful of exchanges, and then you have an idea and a foundation like T0 come along, well, how the hell are they supposed to facilitate trades and let that reflect to the markets where all of the exchanges have their hand in them by Citadel or by Virtu or by Susquehanna, or I'm sorry, Susquehanna's not a market maker, but like all these big player entities that everyone hates and despises, and for good reason. I'm right there with you. But because these players have their hands in everything, how are you supposed to have a solution come along into this corrupt system where the corrupt system has a hand by every one of these bad players in them? That is the strategy. That is where too big to fail spawns. That is what happens. So here's one of the very few things that would ever destroy this thing, my friends, and I need you to listen, please. Affiliation does not instantly mean and deem someone fallible. Like, look at how much Charlie's vids. Look at Charlie's vids and look at his video about how much Citadel is entangled and intertwined with everything in this world and the constituents of. Ken Griffin lobbied for Donald Trump. He's a Republican. He's lobbied probably ever since he's been a billionaire for every single Republican candidate that has come along. Okay? Does that mean that the entire stock market is Republican? Is that what that means? Yo, howdy, back at you, man. Thank you. Like if you assume that implicit or minute affiliation with somebody or something means that anything that someone or something has done up until this point and forever on is now corrupt, you will not find a single thing of purity in this world. You will not find a single pure thing in this world if that's how that works. That's like saying that I'm balls deep in Mia Khalifa right now because my feet are touching the ground and the ground is going all the way outside, all the way to wherever the fuck she lives, and then her feet are touching the ground, so I got with Mia Khalifa. There's nobody else pushing for 0-day settlement like T0. T0 is paving the way for this. Do you have any idea? Okay, so here's the thing with naked short selling. I'm going to blow some fucking minds here. Naked short selling occurs because of settlement delays. The more settlement time that you can create, the longer you can distort reality. If it takes 2 days for a trade to settle, that means you have 2 days to intertwine and interact with this snapshot of reality. Because until that trade settles, nothing has reflected. It's the same way that when you go and deposit into your bank or you buy something into an exchange, it takes X amount of days for that to settle. And it doesn't show up. The money you deposited doesn't show up. Or the equity that you bought doesn't show up. So for 2 days, you have a period at which you can either wait for your money to show because it's in the middle of depositing. I'm sorry, no. You have up to 2 days to mess with money that hasn't technically settled yet. And then you have another 2 days to source the share that hasn't showed up yet. That's what that does. These are lapses in reality. Reality is 2 days behind. T plus 2. T plus 2, 3 days technically. The day of the trade plus 2 days for settlement. And then market makers have up to T plus 6. So for these amount of days, reality is still behind the same way that you and I don't get short interest data for 2 weeks. Actually, it's technically a month. It's 4 weeks. Same way that failure to delivers take 4 weeks to get to us. And during these 4 weeks, anything can happen. If you cover all your shorts right before the actual the data sampling period, right? If you settle everything and then short it all again, that won't show up. If you take the date at which data is collected and you close, then everything forward is going to show for the next 4 weeks that things were closed. All in the meanwhile, you short things to shit. That's what's going on. Now, what is the way around that? Well, unless you have a chrono accelerator, aka a time machine, good luck. But if you have a platform that is pushing and incentivizing and paving the way for 0-day settlement, that is your only way. That is your only way. And until people can realize this, it's not going to change a damn thing. And what better of a way? You know, everybody talks about the shills and the hedgies, and they're trying to turn us on each other. How about this? What if one, if not the only thing that could turn this game around from a structural level, from a systemic level, was crucified? And public sentiment did the killing, the stabbing, the shooting, and the absolute just gutting of something. You want to talk about shills? You ever notice that anyone who does anything worth a damn in this community just instantly becomes the enemy of the state? It's like every single fucking time. They're like, no matter, it's just people trying to help. And yet they show up on the scene, and then you have bots and fucking call centers acting as people on Twitter and YouTube comments who are getting paid per comment and per tweet, who just try to vilify them. Like, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. It's just the same fucking thing going on in our day-to-day lives. It's Republican versus Democrat. It's white man versus black man. Asian man versus Latino man. Man versus woman. It's this, it's that. It's Islam versus Judaism. It's Christianity versus Catholicism. It's the Buccaneers versus whatever other team. It's the same fucking shit. And yet, when we all think to ourselves, like, how could any of this ever happen? Because I know for a damn fact, if I go sit next to a black man, or I sit next to somebody who likes the Pacers, right? I'm going to sit down and have a very respectful, good dialogue with them. We might not agree on everything. We might not feel the same about certain issues, but we're not going to fucking go at each other's throats. We're not going to insult them for the color of their skin. We're not going to insult them for the fact they have a penis or a vagina. Yet, the reality that gets created by around us on the internet, of all fucking things, allows this just tainted form of what is reality become reality until we put the phone down. And that's what this entire thing is. That is what this entire thing is. And until people can recognize this, you're going to be misled. I like to think that I'm helping people think for themselves. That's what all I'm trying to do. That's what all of my heroes did for me. They taught me to think for myself. They taught me that it's okay to follow your heart. It's okay to question. It's okay to doubt. It's okay to believe. But to second guess yourself is a crime against yourself. And that's all I want to do for other people. That's all I want people to realize, is that you can think for yourself. You don't have to have a CFA. You don't have to have a this or that certification. You don't have to be in a suit with $1,000 fucking Banana Republic business shoes with a $3,000 suit and fucking lie to yourself, jerk yourself off, and go hit the floor of the exchange to be able to do something in this fucked up fucking market. You can have long hair, you can have tattoos, you can have anything you want. You can curse, fuck, say this and that, cunt, bitch, whore, Doesn't matter. You can say it, you can do it, you can be human. That's all this has been about. That's all this has been about, and that's what I represent. So if I'm ever going to uphold that and do you guys right, and more importantly, myself right, because if I don't follow my heart, how the hell am I supposed to tell other people to do the same? I will not fucking sit quietly and sit back wondering, well, everybody fucking hates T0 right now, or oh, everybody hates Mark Cohodes right now, or this. I don't care. I don't. My mission is about helping people follow their hearts and what I think is right information. I'm going to present to you what I think is good, and I'm going to implore you to think for yourself. That's what this is about. So if I have to be the one guy that says it, I'm going to be the one guy that says it. If you want to throw me to the curb, if you want to unsubscribe, if you want to send me to the fucking wolves, do it. I think one day you're going to turn around and think, that wasn't a good idea. But if that's what has to happen, that's what has to happen. Mark is a good man. He's very smart. Very fucking smart. And he's got the goddamn track record to show it. I think T0 is a fantastic platform. I'm not being paid by any of these people, by the way. So shove it. And to think otherwise, because of noise on the internet, is a crime against you and the rest of this movement. That's my piece. He's a bear, though. No, he bought $3 million in shares. Go the fuck away. If somebody can send me the clips of all that, I'd be very, 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 very appreciative.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach. So you get what we had here last week. Which is well, he I don't like it anymore.
Coffee fund. You seem a bit tame this morning. More caffeine.
Thrifty, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, tell the agent that I sent to you who has his gun to your head to super chat. Tell me it's good. You did it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do me a favor and retweet this. This is no longer like the shareholders get what they want. Plain and simple. If we own the float, then we own the company. Give us what we want. This would be the best fucking financial decision that any company could ever take advantage of. So fucking do it. The fact that it's taken so long worries me. I've given every benefit of the doubt. Like, you've piloted it, you've tested it, you've verified it. Now fucking do something with it. If you care about your company, force these pieces of shit and vile out of your shareholder base. Yo, Ema, back at you. I've went to college for around 10 years and studied finance, real estate, management, engineering. Honestly, the market is more complex than all that shit, and it shouldn't be. That's why we fight. Exactly. And it's set up that way. If it's confusing, then how the hell are you supposed to take somebody to court? This is fucking just insanity. This should not be an issue anymore. This should not be an issue anymore. Why is Goose messed up the Discord? He's changed it. Has he bought the Discord? No. Goose is helping. I've been away for a little bit. And he's been holding the fort down while I've been gone. Goose is the fucking man. What mic and boom? It's the Blue Yeti, either the Pro or the Black edition, and it came with this. Student of Professor Astro. Morat, I love you.
Salute Astro and the apes. Winning this is the only outcome. Let's keep our foot on their necks.
Yes. Yo, Tori, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming by.
What's so civil about war anyway?
Let's see. So we might have to touch 2430 again. And then that's a huge supply and demand side technically, but it's the way that it's curved against itself. That's where someone is looking to distribute and someone is also looking to buy. It's institutional fuckery. This is a key level here. People who hate on Goose are the same people who don't appreciate MILFs. Shame on you. Dude, Goose has done so fucking much for the channel and for me, and without even being asked. Like, I understand if people don't like the Discord being rearranged, but he's been holding it down while I've been getting my shit together. So, he's... you can't hate him. Please do not fucking do that. Yo, Nan, good morning. Someone already clipped the last thing? If they did, please fucking just share it and post it. I'm taking over the narrative. I'm tired of I'm just so tired of people being misled. I'm taking over the narrative. I think I'm gonna jump into some calls on Shopify, by the way. And I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Love you guys. Be right back.
I guess I am the next chill of the month. Glad you're on, brother. Clarification, that's the last time I'll organize it. It was to clean up. Love you all.
Astro is doing an Elon tweeting from the throne. Twitter from the shitter. Step Bro. Hey, Creeks, I sent you some stuff. I got you. Are you still in the Discord? Astro and Moon, when Adam Aaron decides to issue an NFT of a 1-to-1 for each share in existence. That's when. You are? Okay. I'm gonna be jumping into Discord in a bit here. This stupid shit ends when Adam Aaron issues an NFT for every 1 share in existence. This is fucking insanity. Absolute fucking insanity. What are other possibilities? I don't even care for other possibilities. I'm so frustrated with the complacency in efforts by millions of other people, and the entity that they're all fighting for will not act. Sam, they just have sat down and discussed the one-to-one any NFT, any ideas why they would reject it. I don't know. And this concerns me. That's what concerns me, is I don't know why. I gave them the benefit of the doubt months ago. They've piloted it. They've tested it. It works. Why? Why would they reject it? Why? Why? Why would they? Adam Aaron won't do it. He's just I don't think he's cashing out. The man only gets paid in shares. The man only gets paid in shares. It's been that way for ever since he was employed by AMC as the CEO. But now, however, things are different. Things are different. How would you participate / buy the AMC NFTs from abroad? This has to do with the NSCC, the National Securities Clearing Corporation. But that would be held in the hands of whoever issues the NFT, which I would suggest being T0. Hate me, chastise me, throw me to the wolves. You do what you want to do. They're the only platform that can perform this right now. And they should be the ones that do it. The fact that no one has is concerning me beyond belief. Why? Why would you not? Overstock did it in a heartbeat. Is that a man going to interview? I have no clue. T0 is fantastic, and anyone that says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. I would be happy to sit down and have a cordial conversation with them where I won't have any condescendings, but if you want this to happen, T0 is the only way. I feel guilty now because of the inaction by a company that I support. That is my concern. And for my own sense of integrity, and for what I believe in, and to the thousands that I've educated about this, I will not be able to live with myself if the leadership of a company that I support and have analyzed and have put my own heart and soul into will not act. If I go out of my way to help somebody and they don't react, I will never, ever talk to them again. You will cease to ever hear a single uttering from my mouth to you ever again. And the fact that we are witnessing complacency to the utmost degree is very fucking concerning. Kriegs, thank you, my dear. Buenos dias, Astro. Love from Barcelona. Hey, thank you. Realistically, he doesn't want MOAS as they will lose all their investors. He will use us for... See, that's... There's so many moving parts to this and so many different viewpoints and perspectives to consider. But as a publicly traded company who has the ability to perform a share dilution, if you have the ability to do that, and you also wield the ability to force nefarious criminal short sellers out of your shareholder base, in which you would have a short squeeze, why would you not, as a company, leverage this opportunity? I need to grab a drink.
The super chat's been paying me good. I drink Fiji water now.
Can someone send me clips of all that, please? At least Astro got y'all fired up. How we should be. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I love Tool. Tool's great. Tool is very great. Astro, can you address what has been said multiple times? In the chat, Adam Air said it's illegal, and no, they won't. No, it's 100% legal. A dividend would not be kosher. A dividend would not be permissible. But a one-to-one, non-fungible token of one NFT to every one share in existence is not illegal. I have spoken and consulted with numerous securities, legality, professional, I don't care who you what you want to call them. I've confirmed this with numerous professionals. This is not illegal. Not. And even if it was, I would put up every dollar I have to support AMC's legal case. I will have lost a huge amount of faith in AMC if there is not some action taken for a 1-to-1 NFT to every one share in existence by the end of Q1. Adam Aaron is afraid to lose investors after the squeeze? Yeah, of course. So do something about it. Show some competency. Is GME going to do it? I imagine. Jimmy hasn't done squat. We haven't heard from Cohen. Bullshit. No. Both of these companies are fantastic. Do not even dare try to suggest any form of friction or controversy between the two. I am just concerned about Adam Aaron's narrative and what he is pushing for, despite the millions of investors who have helped resurrect the company that he runs and the thousands of employees and their jobs. The entire presence of cinema. That is what I'm concerned about. I still love AMC and I still love Adam Aaron, but for the love of fucking God, do something actionable. I'm not renouncing my position. I'm not renouncing any form of hatred or doubt. I'm just, there needs to be something more to this. He needs to do a fucking one-time restricted share dividend. Sorry, Astro, but I personally... No, and that's fine. Like, you have your opinion, and I support you expressing your opinion. I'm not going to hate you for it. You don't even have to apologize. The point of the one-to-one NFT, though, is the same as that of a dividend, but a dividend requires a profitable company. Right now, AMC is still in debt, and they're quickly digging out of that debt, but the function of a one-to-one NFT to share performs the same process as that of a dividend. The reason why a dividend forces a squeeze is because anyone holding a short position also has to issue the dividend that is given to each share. The same way that someone who has an NFT per share as a short would have to give that NFT. It forces a road call, if you will, for what is out there. Yeah. Rest in peace, Chris Cornell. Adam doesn't care about the apes? Not true. Not yet. As I've always said, I give people a chance. We're going into the first quarter of 22. I think that after a full year of having a significantly increased share price, that the company should have done something actionable enough to be able to permit a little bit of risk in their public valuation, aka a squeeze. Give us your best scream. If my neighbors weren't sleeping, I would. Trey actually has an amazing fucking voice. Trey can fucking sing and he can scream like a motherfucker. So question, even if he issues an NFT per share and it reveals the number of shares out there, then what? We know we own the float X amount of times over, but nothing is being done about that. Can you? Yes, yeah, great question, great question. Where's Spotify? Okay, so that's a great question. I'm going to read that one more time because this will be a video. Mr. Ed Shoe asks, so question, even if he issues an NFT per share and it reveals the number of shares out there, then what? We know we own the float X times over, but nothing is being done about that. Can you explain? So when you issue a one-to-one NFT to share, right, it's performing the same function as a dividend. And a dividend, if you're not aware, is you take a portion of profits. This is linked to things like earnings per share and so on and so forth. And you distribute that to the shareholders because you own part of a company that is publicly traded who is profitable. So as a shareholder, you get a piece of the pie, right? And this makes a lot of sense because if you own 10% of a company, then you should get 10% of some other percentage of earnings because they're profitable, right? Great. So with the dividend, it is one portion, one allocation per share, right? Because a company's market cap is their share value times the total float. So you get your piece of the pie. But it's for every member, every shareholder who owns the crumbs or even maybe a piece of this giant pie. What the NFT does is provides the same catalyst, the same conduit of defining how many shareholders there are. And not only that, but how many shares there are. So now you have this entity that is being distributed to shareholders that should equate to the amount of shares in existence. But if this number is greater than that, now you have an overstock situation where you can take this to court and say, hey, there are more shares out there than that of which should exist. You have a unequivocal, absolute definitive amount of shares that exist. Okay? Now, the NFT would not be a dividend. It is not to serve as a dividend. It would have its own independent market amongst the shareholders, but in itself is not a dividend. It does not represent earnings by a company. It does not represent profit by a company, but rather it is a one-to-one. For every share, there would be an NFT issued based on that share, which would force anyone short out of a position because they would then be held accountable for naked shares, phantom shares, ghost shares, whatever you want to call them, synthetic shares. The fact that they exist is illegal in itself. That is what the NFT per share would do. It is not a dividend. It does not represent any form of profits. You're not gaining anything that came from the balance sheet or the revenue of the company. It is simply to expel anything that shouldn't exist in the shares. That's it. I know the VW squeeze is very different due to Porsche owning the majority, but could we see something similar in 2 weeks if a majority of the options? It's a great question. So if we saw options holders exercise, theoretically, maybe. I mean, if you had a bunch of people who owned, well, technically you wouldn't even have to own in the money calls. You could still exercise them, but at a loss. But in the event that you exercised calls that were written naked, and if the amount of calls exercised broke out of the limit of shares that should exist, then you would theoretically see a squeeze of some sort, because then for every contract you'd need 100 shares that weren't already hedged for or located. How is pre-market looking? Disgusting. NFT would not expel also the synthetic shares we own. Could this be a risk for us? No. No. Wasn't the German government involved? I have no clue. Astro, you think the NFC thing works for all the shareholders worldwide? A lot of us are from Europe. I think there will be some... it would still apply to you, yes. This is at the helm of the NSCC, the National Securities Clearing Corporation. And they have tabs on all that, yes. Yes, you would be accounted for. Astro, I'm at work right now, wealth management firm. You have an audience. 2 questions from colleagues. What would AMC's statement to justify the move be? How would the NFTs be dealt with post-issuance? That's a great question. It's a great question. I didn't know you worked for wealth management. So what would the statement be? They're exploring the technological capacity of a new technology known as the NFT, the non-fungible token. And they want to give shareholders another piece of equity that would be traded amongst themselves. You don't have to explicitly state any form of suspected nefariousness in your shareholder base, but that's at their own prerogative. They don't need to have any justification for it other than the shareholders have requested it, so they're doing it. As far as what would AMC justify the movie, how would the NFTs be dealt with post-issuance? What do you mean by dealt with? I mean like traded? That's a great question, though. 2 great questions. I hope my answer sufficed at least. This thing is going to wind up in court. Law and order, bitches, right? I'll put my money up to help that.